Welcome one more time, guys. So right now we are going to have language arts class, and today we are going to talk about something that you already know. It's very familiar to you, and it's fact or opinion. This topic we already saw it when we were at school, and it's really easy. So we are going just to do like a review. What is a fact and what is an opinion? We are going to see two topics today, but one of these is fact and opinion. The first one is fact and opinion. So when we talk about a fact, we talk about a statement that you can prove, and that statement of fact can be true or can be false. For example, here we have a sentence, Messi is 25 years old. This fact can be true or can be false. You can prove it. How can you prove that Messi is 25 years old? By asking him, right? Go take your cell phone, call Messi and ask if he is 25 years old. Okay, or what else can you do to find out, to investigate if Messi is 25 years old? Because we don't have Messi's cell phone number. So what can we do? We can go to internet and to investigate in there if Messi is 25 years old or not. So we are going to prove this fact as true or false. Okay? But also we can have opinions. An opinion is a statement that says what someone thinks or feels. For example, someone of you can say, Messi is the best player in the world. And some of you are going to say, oh no, Messi. For me, it's not Messi. For me, it's Ronaldinho or someone else. Okay, so those are opinions. Why? Because not everybody is going to think or to feel what you think or you feel. Okay, so did you see the difference? This is a statement and it can be proved true or false, and this is an opinion. Okay, so here we have in page, I want you to go to page 128. In 128, we have what is fact and what is opinion, and I want you to underline the most important details of the definition of each one. Okay, here we have it. You can prove a statement of fact and it can be true or false. And how do you do that? How can you prove if a statement of fact is true or false? Well, you can use your own knowledge, what you already know about some topics, or you can ask an expert to prove if something is true or false. Or also you can go to an encyclopedia and you can investigate in there if your statement of fact is true or false. Or you can go to certain books. For example, if you have a statement about history, so go and look a book about history. Or if you have a statement that talks about the planets, go and look for a book about astronomy. Or for example, if you have a fact and you want to prove if it's true or false, and it's about bones of the body, so maybe you can go to a science book, right? So a non-fiction text is a book that is going to give you information about certain areas of or certain topics. Now we have a statement of opinion. Now let's underline the most important details in this definition, the clue words in this definition. In a statement of opinion, you give your idea or your opinion or your feelings about something. So you cannot prove an opinion. An opinion is not a fact. And you cannot prove if that opinion is true or false. Okay? For example, I can say, I like bananas. Or bananas are the most delicious fruits. And you are going to tell me, no, for me it's the apple or oranges. So are opinions. And in a sentence, sometimes we can have both of them. We can have a fact, and at the same time, we can have an opinion. So we have to be very careful when we are reading, because we are going to find sometimes in only one sentence a fact and an opinion. So let's practice a little bit before going to the learning destination. Here we have facts and here we have opinions. And here we have some phrases that you have to categorize if they belong to facts or if they belong to opinions. And by here you have what you can use to prove if your fact is true or false. For example, you can prove using your own knowledge, what you know about the topic. Or you can prove if something is true or false asking an expert, or consulting an encyclopedia, or a non-fiction book, or the internet. So let's see. The first one says, dogs have 4 legs. That is fact or is opinion? Dogs have 4 legs. It's a fact because it's something true, right? It's something that you can prove also. How can you prove that this one is true or false? Do you need to go to an encyclopedia to know that dogs have 4 legs? No, right? You can go, but you can use what? Your own knowledge. You already know that dogs have 4 legs. And also you can say, okay, I'm going to see a dog in the street. You're going to count the legs. It's true. Okay, so you can use your own knowledge. Let's see the second one in here. The sky is pretty. Fact or opinion? That is opinion. Excellent. The sky is pretty. Why? Because for some of you, the sky can be pretty, and for others, the sky is not pretty. But most of the people think that the sky is pretty. I think the sky is pretty. Next one. Cats are the best. For example, if you have to decide to have a pet at home, some people say they prefer dogs. And some others say, no, for me, the best pets are the turtles or fish or cats. So a person says cats are the best. That is opinion or fact? Well, we are going to leave this one to the end. Let's continue with this. The man is nice. Oh, look at that man. It's very nice. Is a fact or opinion? It's a? Okay, let me see. So it was this one. The sun is hot. Sorry. And you already saw that is a fact. The sun is hot. How do you know that the sun is hot? Using your own knowledge, because you have experienced, you have experimented the temperature of the sun in your body. Just go outside at 12 o'clock and you are going to feel that the sun is hot. But also you can ask to an expert, or also you can ask or find information in an encyclopedia, and it's going to say that the sun is very hot. Next one, the man is nice. Now is this one. The man is nice. Is fact or opinion? Is an opinion, because someone can say, no, that man is not nice. That man is very arrogant. Is very indifferent. Is not nice. The other one, the girl is 5 or 5 years old. How can you prove, or what can you say about this? Is a fact or is an opinion? Is a fact, right? Because you cannot say, no, that girl for me is not 5, for me is 15, right? It's not an opinion, it's a fact. Just that fact can be true or can be false. How can you prove that the girl is 5 years old? Asking her age, or asking her mother, or looking at the carnet, if she has a carnet and identification at kindergarten, okay? So, and the last one, cats are the best. Opinion. Okay, because I can say, not for me, dogs are the best. And that one is my opinion. Okay, but I like cats also, but I prefer dogs. Okay, so let's go to now page 128. Now we are going to complete page 128. So remember, fact and opinion. Fact can be proved true or false, and opinion is just your idea, what you think about something. So right now it says that we have to read this passage and then we have to answer these ones of here. Here we have one. Number one is all this. Look, number one is this circle and also this circle. Then here we have another number 1. So I think here was 2. This one was 3 and this one was 4. I will help you with 2 and you are going to do 2. Okay? So let's read first. In 1861, the fossil remains of an Archaeopteryx were discovered in Germany. They are about 150 million years old. Many scientists believe Archaeopteryx is the earliest known bird. When I saw it in a museum, I thought it looked like it was part dinosaur and part bird. It had feathers and wings like birds. It also had teeth and 3 claws on each wing. According to many scientists, Archaeopteryx could fly, but I'm not so sure. I think it might have flapped its wings, but I can't imagine it ever go off the ground. So, this passage was talking about a dinosaur. Here you can see the picture. It was, well, part dinosaur, part bird. So the Archaeopteryx was very big. And number 1 says that you have to underline a statement of fact in the passage. Can it be proved true or false? So let me see. What fact can we have in here? What fact can we find in this passage? Let's read the first part. In 1861, the fossil remains of Archaeopteryx were discovered in Germany. Do you think this can be a fact? Yes, right? So let's underline the first sentence because it's an example of fact. Okay, there we have our fact. And now tell me, we already did number 1. We underlined the fact. Now tell me, this one, in 1861, the fossil remains of Archaeopteryx were discovered in Germany. Is opinion? No. Okay, we already said that is a fact. Is a fact? Yes. So as it's a fact, we have to go here. And in here, we are going to answer here in this part. How can you prove that this fact is true or false? Remember that for you to prove a statement of fact, true or false, you can ask an expert, you can go to internet to investigate, you can go to an encyclopedia or to look for information on a non-fiction book, or you can use your own knowledge. But tell me, in this case about Archaeopteryx, can you use your own knowledge? No, right? We don't know almost anything about that. So we cannot use our own knowledge. So what can we do to prove if it's true that in 1861 the fossils of this dinosaur were found in Germany? What can we do in here? In what parts can we investigate? In an encyclopedia or internet or asking an expert? If I tell you guys, investigate if this one is true, in what part are you going to investigate that? Okay, so that is the answer that I want here, okay? Now in number 1 says, write a statement of opinion from the passage. And how do you know it is a statement of opinion? So read the passage again and write in here a sentence in which you find an opinion and tell me why you say that that one is opinion, okay? So number 1 is for this one, this number 1 is for you. Number 2, I'm going to help you. Number 2 says, which sentence contains both fact and opinion? Remember that I told you that sometimes we are going to find in only one sentence fact and opinion. So in the passage, what sentence can you find that has both fact and opinion? I want you to read this sentence that I have here highlighted. And it says, according to many scientists, Archaeopteryx could fly, but I'm not so sure about that, or I'm not so sure. So, can you say that this sentence has both a fact and an opinion? Look, when we say according to many scientists, it's because scientists are experts. If scientists say something, maybe something true because they are expert. It's a fact, okay? So here we have the fact, according to many scientists, Archaeopteryx could fly. According to them, because they are experts. Now, in this part, we have the opinion. I'm not so sure. So this person that wrote this passage is not sure that this kind of dinosaur could fly. Scientists say yes, and that is the fact. But this man says, I'm not sure. I don't know if that is true or false. So that is the opinion, right? So let's write it in here. According to many scientists, Archaeopteryx could fly. That is the fact. But I'm not so sure is the opinion. That person does not think, the opinion of that person is that that dinosaur could not fly. In the last sentence, the author expresses an opinion that Archaeopteryx could not have flown, couldn't fly. So, what kind of details can support this opinion? Looking here the last sentence. I think it might have flapped its wings, but I can imagine it ever got off the ground. So he says, I think it had wings and they were flapped, but I cannot imagine that dinosaur to ever got off the ground or to fly. Why do you think he said that? What details in the passage can you find that can support his opinion? Because it's an opinion. It says, I think. Okay? What details can you find in this that support the idea or the opinion that these animals couldn't fly? Looking here, I thought it looked like it was part dinosaur and part bird. How are the dinosaurs? Small or big? They are big, right? And animals that can fly, in general, they are big or they are small? They are small, right? So maybe in here we can find a detail for him to think that this animal couldn't fly. Because if it says that it looks like a dinosaur, it is because it was small or big? Big, right? So maybe because of the size of the animal, this person thought that it was not able to fly. So let's answer in here. The size of the fossil makes it look too heavy to fly. Okay, because of the size, this person couldn't believe that this animal could fly. But can that be proven? If this kind of dinosaur could fly? Well, let's investigate in an encyclopedia or in the internet or in a book that talks about dinosaurs or asking an expert, okay? Because we don't know. So, this part of here is homework for you. Remember what you have to write in here. I already explained you. If not, go again to back in the video and listen the explanation. And this one also, number 1, is for you to answer. Now, guys, it's recess time. So remember that I told you we are going to see 2 topics in this moment. So right now, go to the bathroom, go to take water, stop the video, and return in 10 minutes. 10 minutes. So in 10 minutes, come again and continue with the video, okay? Okay, welcome back. Now, the topic that we are going to see is advertising brochure. Forget about fact and opinions. That topic, we already saw it. Now we are going to see advertising brochure. Here you have this picture. This one is a paper that has been folded in 3 parts. And this one is called a brochure. Have you seen one of these one? Yes, right? For example, when we go to the bank, in the banks they have brochures. At school, in our school we have brochures with the information of the school and the prices and so on. So a brochure is something that people use to sell a product or to advertise an event, to announce an event. And a brochure has certain characteristics. So let's go to page 129. And in 129 we are going to learn which one are the characteristics or the features of an advertising brochure. So let's see number 1. what it says, number 1. The first one says that persuades readers or try to convince readers to do something. For example, to convince you about buying a product or attending an event or going to an event. So these ones are examples for what you can use a brochure. So persuades or try to convince. Why? Because in the brochure, for example, here I have an example. This is another brochure. This one has only 2 pages. And this brochure is advertising books. So the person who did this, or the company who did this, the purpose of that company is to sell the books, to try to convince you to buy these books of here. Okay? So another characteristics of an advertising brochure is the second one, and it says lists reasons, or in other words, in the brochure you are going to find the reasons why you have to buy that product. For example, if it's a book, maybe it's going to say, for example, here says libros de educación y salud para la familia. So this advertising or this brochure is trying to convince that the books in here are good for education and the family. So that is a reason for buying this kind of books. So you are going to find that in a brochure. Reasons why you have to buy that product, or reasons why you have to go to, for example, a specific event. And number 3 here says appeal to a specific audience. So when people make brochures to advertise or to try to sell a product, they have in mind which one is the audience, or what person that company wants what person wants to buy that product. For example, if a brochure it's about this kind of bags, what is the public? What is the audience? What is the audience that brochure is addressed to? ¿Hacia quién está dirigido ese anuncio of these bags? To girls, right? Because boys are not going to be interested in those kind of brochures. So the audience is girls or teenagers, maybe women. Can be? Yes, I can use that. It's beautiful. Okay, for example, if your advertising brochure is about this kind of clothes, what is your audience? Boys, right? A girl is not going to be interested in this. Or men, okay? Or babies. It's for boys, maybe 8 years, 10 years old. What about if the brochure is about a school? Because as I told you, we have brochures at school with the prices of each grade, with the prices of the books, with the prices of the buses. So what is the audience? Children? Some of you are going to say children, but tell me, who is the one that is going to decide if you're going to be in that school or not? Your parents, right? So if you have an advertisement brochure about a school and the prices and so on, it's not the children, it's your parents, because they're the ones that are going to decide how many are they going to pay and if they are going to enroll you in that school. So by here we have a brochure with the information, and it includes, for example, the event. Come visit the Oak Lake Music Festival. So this one is advertising a product or attending an event. Attending an event. And here says when and where, the place and the time. And here is what is this festival? What is the festival? So here you have more information about the festival. But I want you to read here Mariana Civic. Mariana Civic is a person that last year she went to this festival. And here the person who is doing this advertising brochure had the idea of including Mariana Civic in the brochure because she said, look what she said, I'm definitely coming back to Oak Lake with my husband and my kids. Last year we had a blast. That means it was very fun, it was wonderful. So, read all the information please because you have to answer this. I'm going to help you with number 1. But you are going to do number 2 and you need to read all the information. And it says in number 1, why does the author include the quote by Mariana Civic? Why do you think the person who wrote this advertising brochure included what Mariana Civic said? Mariana Civic said, I'm definitely coming back to Oak Lake with my husband and kids. Last year we all had a blast. Why do you think the author include what this woman said? Do you think that if you read that there is a music festival, and if you read a very bad comment about that festival, do you think are you going to go? No, right? Maybe you are going to think before going, and you are going to say, some people say that last year was terrible, was ugly, was a mess. But what about if you read opinions like this one? I'm definitely coming back to Oak Lake with my husband and kids. Last year we all had a blast. Are you going or not? Yes, right? So what the author was trying to do here is to get support, to try to convince you to go also to the music festival. So let's answer. So to support that the festival is fun for the whole family. This expression in here supports that, ayuda a convencer a quien está leyendo el anuncio that the idea of going to the event is a very good idea. So that's why the author included this. Now in number 2 says that you have to put a box, not circle, just a box. Tienen que poner en un cuadro, en lugar de circular, vamos a decir encuadrar. So put in a box, or put a box around the list of reasons for attending. So read all these and tell me which one are the reasons, what reasons can you find in here. Remember that one of the features of a brochure is that you are going to find a list of reasons why you have to attend the event. So read all these and make a box around the place in which you find the reasons. In there you will find the reasons. Okay? So this is all for today, guys. Remember to send the homework to the platform. Number 2, remember it's homework for you. And remember always to enjoy every moment of your life. Blessings.